Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be tuning in from and whatever time you may be starting. It's Rosalind, the wise one, with a triple shot of sass. I'm here today with Katrina Donaldson and Tawana Craig, and we're just here to ask, love after 60, after 50, is marriage still the answer? Is that still the move? What are you thinking? We've got Tawana Craig who's going to start us off with a question that we can just kind of think about, really see what your thoughts are. I know where mine are, but it could change after hearing some of the opinions of the others. What say you, Tawana?
Well, hello everyone. And as Rosalind said, my name is Tawana Craig, and I am known as the Empire Diva. I love this topic. I really, really love this topic because I'm interested in seeing what everyone has to say about marriage or love after 50. And like Rosalind said, we all have our opinions of what it should be or shouldn't be or how we feel about it. But we're going to ask you, our audience, and we want you to give us some feedback. We want you to talk to us and let us know what your feedback is. Today, I want you to bear with me because I do have a little cold. So if I start coughing or anything, just know that I'm going to be sipping on my tea today. And so you guys will, you know, you'll bear with me, I know. So the first question is, when you hear someone say, there's no point in getting married in your 60s or even 50s. What comes to mind first? Do you think this is true or do you think this is nonsense? Y'all want me to start? Because I got a
Go
lot.
for it, girl. Go for it.
Go for it.
So for me, I'm going to say this is utterly nonsense. Okay. As a woman over 60 who is still waiting on her Boaz, I think that, and if you guys and those who are watching that do not know anything about Boaz, go read your Bible. It's about Ruth and Boaz, right? And how Boaz found his Ruth gleaning in the fields. And so my thing is, you never know where your future is going to come from, right? And so as a woman over 60, I think it's crazy that people don't think that there should be love after 50 or love after 60. Who's to say that you stop being in love or your hormones stop at a certain age? And so with me, because I've gone through, you know, another marriage and I'm single again at 60, there's so many things that I still want to do with my mate. And so, yes, I think that it's nonsense to say that love stops when you get a certain age.
Yeah.
I truly believe that. And so, those of you who don't feel the same way I do, I'm okay with that. I really am. But for me, myself, and I, we, we are waiting on our Boaz to come because we're gonna be dating, we're gonna be traveling, we're gonna be double, tripling dating, and then we're gonna be traveling, and then we're gonna be going out to dinner, and then we're gonna be walking on the beach, and then we're gonna be doing all the things. So yes, that's my opinion for
All
that.
the things.
All the things. So that's how I feel for that. Who's next? Who's up next?
Go next. I've never heard that before. I've never heard anyone say, what's the point in getting married over 50 or over 60? That's appalling to me. Like you said, we're still humans. We still have emotions. Our hormones are raging at
Baby.
times. And and yeah, I've never heard that before. And I am 61 in December, and I have finally found my guy. And I'll talk more about that later, but no, we still date. Like yesterday, we went to a event in another city over, and there's no such thing as not dating or getting married after you're 50. As a matter of fact, I saw a Facebook post. They were showing this little lady, I think she was 100, and she was going to church. She had on a sparkly little two-piece dress. She had on sparkly heels. They were about that big. And they asked her, why do you get dressed, Sunday to go to church? She said, maybe I'll meet my boyfriend. She was like, I might be old, but that doesn't mean I don't want somebody. And I'm with her. Age ain't nothing but a number. And
Absolutely.
no, and I believe that it all depends on you. I think that some people also have been hurt really bad in their marriages or relationships, and they say, no, I'm not doing this ever again. And then somebody steps in and changes their mind. It's never too late. That's how I feel. It's never too late. So that's my take on it.
I like that. You both have
wise wine.
Yeah, you both have really great opinions. And while they are aligned, they're different, right? And so I like that. As for me, I don't think there's ever an age. Like you said, age is nothing but a number. So I don't think it is an expiration date. I think if you're 60, 70, 80, 90, even 100, as you said the lady was, hey, if marriage is your thing, if marriage is your calling or your desire, I say, hey, go for it. I don't know that the question of what's the point, because again, you're talking to a bride of 18. I got married at 18 years old, heard it then. What's the point? Well, of course, hindsight being what it is, I was too young, but it didn't change the fact that we wanted to be in a committed relationship and we wanted to be within God's principles, right? We wanted to be married. So if that's your thing, I think, no matter what the age is, go for it.
Absolutely. I agree. Yeah. I agree. And like I said, we all may have difference of opinions, and some of you out there may have a different opinion of what the three of us have. Each one of us has given you a different opinion. So if you have a comment to let us know in the comments, and we'll comment back. And
talk to us. Tell us something. Tell us how you feel. Exactly. We're interested to know. Everyone is different. Everyone has a different opinion, and we want to hear from you, our audience.
Yes, exactly. I think that's great. I saw a TikTok video yesterday. I think I shared it with Tawana, and it was a woman in her 70s, and her opinion was very different. She's, like, well, I don't want to be anybody's nursemaid. Men in my age group, they are, they've sown their wild oats, they've had their families, they've done whatever, and now at this point, they're looking for a caregiver. She goes, I don't want to be a caregiver. I don't want to. She goes, I go where I want, when I want. I spend the money I want. And I don't want to share my space, my time, not even my location with anybody. And I had to crack up because I thought, there are times I have those feelings. But for me, Rosalind, I don't think there's an age requirement or expiration on marriage. It's just what you want to do.
And can I jump in on that and say, you don't have to be in your 60s to be a caregiver, because there are some people who are married and their spouses are sick at an early age, in their 30s and their 40s and their 50s, and you're taking care of them. I'm sad to say my husband was sick early on in our marriage. And there were some things that we could not do. And there were some things that I had to do for him, and it had nothing to do with his age. And so and you have men in their 60s that are healthier than men in their 30s and 40s.
Exactly.
And so we can't just say we don't want to be somebody's caregiver, because you can be a caregiver for someone who's younger. So
absolutely. I know all about that. Yeah, my marriage, I became a caregiver, I believe, 2 weeks into I do. So, and definitely we weren't 60, and he was younger than I. So that has nothing to do with it. It's just, it's the two people, period. In whatever situation it is, it's the two people, for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you guys know, in my first marriage, before we got married, my then, I guess, fiance had a heart attack. He was 30 something.
Yeah.
You know, he recovered, of course, but after that, he had all types of illnesses. And he too, Roz, was younger than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Had I stayed, I probably would have been a caretaker as well. And I'm not good at that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's not your ministry.
I remember he was sick one time. I had to take vacation because I had to make sure he was okay.
Right.
He was in his 30s.
Yeah.
So this is real talk, real history, real
Real
women.
talk,
Real
real
talk, real
talk.
history, real women.
Yeah.
And again, this may not be something that any of you may have to go through. And it may be something that you do, and you just need somebody to hear you out. We're here to hear you out. That's what
Yeah.
so
Yeah. We just
yeah.
have to remember that marriage is a journey of two, right? So let's talk about, round two, round three of marriage, right? So we are women of particular ages, and I've had two marriages, right? And so let's talk about it. If it's your second or your third marriage, which is I were to ever take that journey again, it would be a third marriage, right? So do you think love feels different later in life? More peaceful? Are you more cautious? Or is it just more expensive?
It's very, very different. This will be my second marriage, but it is very, very different. Um, I wasn't cautious. If I were cautious, I would not be here. So I threw everything aside and I went straight for love. It just all depends on the two people, the two individuals. Early on in our dating, he said, when I retire, I'm moving to North Carolina. That was my out if I needed one. And I hung in there, and this is where I am. And I don't regret it at all. But I tell you, in the beginning, I was like, what did I just do? But it has gotten better and better and better. I felt like I couldn't be myself when I first got here. Now, I just said to him, you did not know what you were getting yourself into, right? He just shakes his head at me. Oh, well. But I'm going to do it for a second time. And I have no qualms about it. I know that this is where I want to be. I know that this is who I am supposed to be with. He treats me better than, and Tawana, I have to talk. You know how you watch your Hallmark movies and all the love stories and all of that kind of stuff. I remember watching those movies like you, wondering when my mate is going to come and treat me the way that these women are being treated. And I have him. And he looks out for me. He takes care of me. Things that I don't think about, he does think about. My tire pressure was low yesterday when we were driving. And I said, oh, you could get up in the morning and do it. And then I forgot. So I looked out the door and my car was gone. And I'm like, but he had moved it. And what was he doing? Putting air in my tire. That's just the stuff that he does. And yeah, I got it good. I have to say, I got it.
You're in your soft girl era.
Yeah, I'm my passenger princess era. Only because he hates my driving.
We with you. We with you on that, sir.
He hates my driving.
Yes. So I want to jump in on that one too. And when I saw this, I went, second time around.
Hey.
Not like the first time.
You always have a song in your head.
That's what God told me. Have a song in your head. It's a sound of joy.
Yeah.
But so I don't know if my next marriage is going to be considered as my second marriage or my third marriage. And I say that because I married the same person twice, and you may have heard this, and you'll probably hear it more than once because sometimes those subjects just come up. Because I married my husband twice. That's a whole nother episode, my friend.
Whole nother episode.
A whole nother episode. And so, but I do believe that the second time around, let me see, what was the question again? Do I feel that love will feel different? I pray that love will feel different.
Mm-hmm.
I pray that love will feel different for me. And I say that because I painted a lot of red flags white, right?
Yes.
Because I was in love with being in love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I had loved this man since he was a boy. I was 12, he was 14, right? And so I pray that what I feel for my husband is going to be totally different.
Yes.
Than what I felt for my past husband, right? And so, and this is no shade to my past husband. My husband prior loved me the way that he knew how to love me.
Exactly.
Right? But I didn't realize that when I was in the marriage. And so, ladies, gentlemen as well, you have to understand that you cannot change that person.
Right.
Right. And at some point, they're doing the best that they can.
Right.
And what they know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I actually believe now, looking back on it, he loved me how he knew how to love, based on examples that he had, right? And so for me, I was loving him like I wanted to be loved, right? I was doing the things to him, and I wanted him to reciprocate. I wanted to show him, look, this is what love feels like. This is what love looks like, right? So can you give me that back? Can you give me those same emotions, those same feelings back? But he didn't know how.
Right. It wasn't his love language. It was yours.
It was not his love language. It was definitely like, and you know what? To be honest, I don't even think he thought about a love language.
Right, right.
He was just living his life.
They don't know their love language.
They don't know their love language. And so he was living his life. I was living his life. The things that he was doing and the things that he was saying, I just kept thinking, we'll get past it. We'll get past it. And so I'm praying for a more peaceful relationship. And because I'm waiting, before I wasn't waiting, I just jumped full force right on into it. And I prayed for it, but I didn't listen. So we pray, we ask God for things, and then we go and do what we want to do.
Yeah.
Right. And so God, he showed me. He absolutely showed me. And so everything that we were going through, but I wasn't listening. And so we can go ahead. And so as far as being cautious, I just threw love to the wind, and I just went ahead and did what I wanted to do. Again, like I said, I wasn't paying attention to what God was saying that I should do. I just did what Tawana wanted to do because I thought that that was right, and it was emotion, right? Being expensive, to me, it doesn't have to be expensive. Because if both of you in the relationship know what you want, and you work together at the things that you want and you need, it'll work. You can't work against each other. And at our age, it should not be expensive. We should have made those mistakes.
Yes.
And trust me, these two girls know I'm still trying to rebuild because I did make some mistakes. And so I've always been transparent. I'm rebuilding now. And so that God is preparing me for that husband that's coming. And so all of these other things and the mistakes that I made, and I'm not saying in the new marriage that there won't be any type of trials that come with it, but we will be able to experience them and handle them together. So that's my 2 cents. I'll step down off my soapbox.
But I like it. I like it. I like it. So, as I said, I've been married twice, right? So if I were to do it again, it would be my third marriage. And hmm, I think love would absolutely feel different if I were to get married or look for a mate. But even before marriage, right? Just being in a relationship and finding love. And I don't know that I actually would get married again. I don't know. Um, it's not something I process or think about a lot. But if I'm being in tune and in touch with who I am right now, I would say I wouldn't be getting married. But love itself would have to feel different. I know that in relationships, I am a nurturer and I am a giver, and that is my love language. And as women, when we come into relationships, sometimes it's hard for us to guard that or to be different than we really are. They said, well, don't show your hand so early. But that's who I am by nature. I am a nurturer, I am a giver. And I don't think I would want a relationship that would be different than that, where I couldn't go in and be who I am. And so I would not only need someone who is going to reciprocate that, but I'm looking for my soft girl era. I have been on my own since 18, and that's not without support from my family when I say that. But I've been making it since I was 18. I got married at 18. I had my first child right at the door of 20. I became a single parent very quickly after that and divorced and making it on my own. So for someone to come into my life and take up that sacred part of who I am, and at this juncture in my life when I'm looking to the point of just taking care of myself and just doing what I want to do, oh, they'd have to do a lot. And I don't mean gifts and shiny things, but they'd have to show me who they are. They'd have to be emotionally available. And I want to see your credit score. I want to see what kind of money you have in the bank. I, I'm not superficial, but I know what I've got. I would want to see what are your stocks and bonds. And no, I am not looking to date anyone who can't match my heat. I'm just not. So if that means having fun and doing things, it doesn't have to be expensive, but it does mean I'm not going to carry you on my back. Nor am I looking for you to take care of me. But what I've built, it's legacy for my children. It is not because you're my husband or my spouse and something happens, you get it and it's split among your children, right?
Right.
So, yeah, love would need to look a lot different if I were to even entertain it.
Understood.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
So what I want to talk about is because we are of a particular age, we
Yeah.
are 60 and over, and right now we are single. Yes, I'm engaged, but until I get married, I am single. Independent. We have our own, and is it hard for you to give up your independence? Do you think it's hard for you to give up your independence to be in a relationship or be in a marriage? I'll go first since I'm like in it right now. I didn't have to give the main thing that I gave up moving here and being with him was my family and my friends. That's what I gave up. Um, my independence, I haven't lost my independence. I've gained a person who cares about me and what I do and how I do things. I, because the last 15 years have lived in Orange County, I've just been this, what did you call it? A Buffy? What did you call it today, Tawana?
Buffy and Beverly Hills.
I've been a Buffy in Beverly Hills, and he has been my person to like reel me in. Like I was saying to you, I was going to wear a red hat today, and he said, "Babe, please don't wear that red hat. They're going to think, something else of you." And I was like, "That's their issue, not mine." And then I thought about it, and I changed my hat, and I said to him, I said, "I changed my hat." He said, "Thank you." And I said, I understand. He um thinks about things that I don't think about. Um Down to like leaving something in the car in Orange County. I could leave things in the car. Here, not to say that I can't, but he doesn't advise it. So he is being like that angel on my shoulder and reeling me in when I am being Buffy in Beverly Hills. Um, but I have my own.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
Buffy in Beverly Hills. I have my own. I shop, do the things that I need to do. I fly to California every 3 months. Um, so I still sort of have my independence, but I think what I have given up, I have gained a lot, just by him being here with me. And I was telling when Karen Monroe came out to visit, and I was telling her, I said, it's the little things. You know how you have the memory in your seat? I have A and B. A is mine, B is his. When he finishes driving my car, he pushes A so it'll go back to me. So when I get in, I'm not sitting all the way back here. It's the little things that, he does for me that I really appreciate. And he just helps me to see life differently, because being single for so long, I didn't think about other people's feelings except for my friends and my family. I have to consult him in, basically everything that I do. And it was a struggle in the beginning because I was just so used to being by myself. But now I just, it you guys need to be a fly on the wall at this house. The way that this is home. This is home for me. And I love it. I truly, truly love it. So, yeah. Next.
Makes my heart smile. That makes my heart smile because I did not worry because I know you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I knew that I was going to miss you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure what I thought was going to be different because it's not like we saw each other every day.
Right.
I think the biggest thing is that the weekends that I needed to get away, and I can just come and spend the night at your house for the weekend,
Right.
and we have our cinnamon rolls and bacon, and we sat up all night watching crazy movies and things like that. So, those are the things.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very, very happy that you found your person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy, and I don't know why I just got emotional.
Oh.
I just don't know why they have to be in North Carolina, but I'm happy you found the person.
Yeah, I'm happy that you found, your person. Um, and I thank God that mine is coming.
Yes, he is.
Thank God that, and you remind me of that. You know, you say that on a regular basis to me, and so that is something that I want, and so you remind me, both of you remind me of that
Mm-hmm.
on a regular basis.
Yeah.
That he is coming. Both of you guys know that ladies know that I have no patience. Zero. And maybe that's what God is doing, right? He's working on me on my patience.
Mm-hmm.
So when that time comes, I'll be ready, right? right now I have no choice but to be independent. But like,
Hmm.
I think Roz may have said that soft girl era, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the soft girl. I'm ready for to be a passenger princess. I'm ready for
Yes.
someone to open the door for me to get into the car. I'm ready to sit in the passenger seat and wait until he comes around to the door and opens the door for me to get out and get upset if I put my hand on the handle to open the door for
Yep.
myself. I'm waiting and looking forward to that. Because to be honest, even in my first marriage, I didn't have that.
Hmm.
And I didn't think that
Neither did I.
and then I didn't think that I needed it. But now I realized that I needed it, but pretended like I didn't, so
But
that it wouldn't bother me so much. Go ahead.
sometimes we don't know what we need until we have it.
Yeah.
And that's what I realized after being with him. I didn't realize that I love to cuddle. I didn't realize that if we're on the sofa, I just have to touch him. Our feet something has to touch.
Yeah.
And I did not know that I needed that until I had it.
Right. And so, as far as like independence, I don't know if I look at it as you giving up your independence
Right.
because you're still able to do the same exact things that you were doing before that person came into your life. It's just that it's easier.
Hmm.
You don't have to. And like I've told you ladies, this may be something so simple to other people. I hate taking out the trash. And I know that hate is a strong word and I'm going to use it because I hate taking out the trash. That is one thing that I've never ever had to do when I was married or even when my son was at home. My
Right.
Hmm.
son, my husband never allowed me to take the trash out. I never did that. And so now living alone, I got to take the trash out.
It's the
I
little
remember a story, but I'm not going to say
We're not
anything.
going to tell my story, but just audience, just know I left the trash in the house too long because I just didn't feel like taking out the trash. It
trash
will
is
never happen.
trash.
But so now I have to make a conscious effort to take the trash out.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. Now that brings back, one of our podcasts before where Trina was talking about putting the trash cans on
The
the,
curb.
the curb. Well, that's a conversation
Yeah.
I'm going to have with my husband prior
Hmm.
to us getting married
Because you don't want to do it.
because I don't want to take out the trash.
Please have that conversation before you get married. A lot of people wait until afterwards and they
Yeah.
have these conversations and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know that. Those, it may seem minor, but those conversations need to be had.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely. So um, I don't plan on giving up any of my independence. I'm still going to hang out with my girls. I am still going to travel. We are going to have a couples travel. We're going to have friends travel. He's going to still be able to do the things that he does with his friends. I'm still going to be able to do the things that I do with my friends. Maybe about bank accounts. That may come on another episode. But there are just so many things that again, it's not necessarily independence that you're giving up. And it's a lot of things that I believe you're going
Right.
to gain. You just have to talk about it when the
Exactly.
time comes.
Agreed.
So
Yeah. I don't think, I think when you're giving up the I for we,
Hmm.
I don't think that it is a process of giving up independence, but it is really making room for the other person, being inclusive, right? So, although you have
Exactly.
your independence, you're not going to just get up and walk out of the house and go on and do what you want to do and come back, right? You're going to have that conversation with your partner and, do we have any other plans? And this is what I'd like to do. What do you think about that, right? You're
Hmm.
having that whole conversation. And I just think that in the ministry of marriage, because it could be because of my past experiences, It just really could be. But marriage to me has become less of a union of two joining with God and more of a contract, right? So you're either, in my opinion, merging or taking an acquisition. And in my marriages, I didn't really have I guess I didn't really realize that's something people don't understand. It's not about where I'm going or where I'm doing, but your assets become our assets. Your gains become our gains. That bank account that you believe is yours, that it only has your name on it, is ours in the court of law. And so I think those are the things that I would have a problem giving up. So that's why I said if I were to ever consider and don't please don't get the wrong impression, audience. I don't have nothing. I am in the process of rebuilding. I have my children. I have a job. That is it. But whatever I have, we need to have that understanding going into it, right? And not something you learn or realize once you're in it or once you're coming out of it. But I think marriage is a beautiful thing. I don't think I'm called to marriage. We'll see. Perhaps there's a Mr. Wonderful out there with a silver beard and a little touch of the temples there that might sweep a girl off her feet. I'm still vibrant, sexy, beautiful, all of the things, right? And I can still have some fun. But it just has to be the right set of circumstances. What'd you say?
We're saying all of the things.
All of the things. What do they say? That's the key. Come on now. Yeah, I think before I could even get to the thought of marriage, I would just love to have some fun. I'd love to get out and perhaps it's too soon, audience. My divorce was only final January 4th, 2022. I got the date down. So we're in the middle of 2025.
It's too soon for what? What are you saying?
Too soon for marriage.
Okay.
The thought of it, but no, it's not too soon to have fun, and which is what I'm interested in. And so, if we had this conversation 6 months from now, 9 months from now, a year from now, my conversation might be very different. But it's not about wounds or being hurt. It's about looking at what I had before and looking at the deficit that I have now and saying, what does it take for me to rebuild that? And am I willing to trust anybody again? Because it's, in that kind of way, because it's more than just an I do and I love you or I like you. It is truly a contract. So you just have to dot your I's and cross your T's. That's not all sexy and beautiful and kind of romanticized. It's just my reality.
Yeah. I think on one of the podcasts, we talked about how, Tawana, your mom, every time you went somewhere, she wanted you to let her know when you made it home, all of that. So one thing in my relationship right now, because we are both new to this area and he knows it better than I do. I GPS everything. I have to let him know when I've made it to my destination. And some people may find that hard, but I don't. It's somebody who cares that I make it there and I make it home. And that's something that I love. Yeah. So it just all different relationships are for different people, just different types. And this one that I have works for me because my previous husband, he didn't care whether I made it to, from, or wherever.
I think that is
this man cares if I make it there. When I got home today, he was like, wow, you weren't gone that long. I know where I'm going a little bit, but yeah, I really appreciate him, and I tell him often, and he takes out the trash. and he wheels it to the driveway. Even when he's out of town, he
Yeah.
would say to me, "It's not going to be a lot of trash. You don't have to take it to the curb." Okay. So yeah.
Those are the great things that I love. And I look forward to that in my life. I just don't know that it's marriage.
Right. It may not be. It could be companionship.
Yeah,
There are
absolutely.
people who have been in relationships for years,
Yeah,
10, 15 years,
right.
and have never gotten married, and it works for them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
A lot of people say the piece of paper changes things.
I would agree with that. Um, I would agree with that. I think the piece of paper changes things, and
Hmm.
that has been my experience. But my first marriage, heck, we were 18 and 20, and like whatever. All we had was what our parents gave us as we left their homes. So,
Right.
yeah, yeah. And when I came out of that, I was richer because I had a beautiful son. And
Hmm.
um, not so much the case with the second marriage. So,
Hmm.
you know, which by the way, I was 50 when I got married for the second time. So I think that also made a difference because when I stepped into that marriage, it was really intended to be my forever marriage. It was
Hmm.
really, and I have to tell you, I was absolutely committed to that marriage and absolutely willing to do whatever it took or whatever was needed to make that marriage work. And with
Hmm.
those best intentions, it did not last. So, I want to, not, I want to be respectful of him since we're not I will not be inviting him for his commentaries here. So I'll just leave it at it didn't work for either one of us. And so based on that, it's just about two people. And if you are too aligned in your thoughts and your goals and what you want your marriage to look like.
Great,
Agree.
Yeah.
great, great, great. Okay, so that was our three questions for today. And of course, audience, we don't want to keep you long because we want to keep you engaged and we want you to keep you coming back.
Yes.
And so, ladies, do we have anything else that we want to say um, before we wrap all of this talk up?
So we had three questions today. We would like you to respond to those three questions, as well as let us know if you have a particular topic that you would like us to discuss. We're game for that as well.
Yeah.
But we want you to comment, like, and subscribe, and tell a friend
Or two.
Yes,
or
or
two
two or
or
three.
three. Yeah.
And just so you know, we are social. We have our Facebook page, Triple Shot of Sass. So please go over and follow us on Triple Shot of Sass on Facebook.
Yes.
We are also on Instagram under Triple Shot of Sass. So please go over and follow us on our Instagram page. And of
Yes.
course, we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so
And
we
we're
can get.
also on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh,
Triple
yes.
shot of sass. Yes.
Right. So we made it easy for you. Just know
We took
everything
the
about the
guesswork
show.
out.
Triple Shot of Sass.
And all three
That is,
places.
Yes, yes, yes.
we're there. We
Well,
are
take
there.
us out, Tawana.
So thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you. We are looking forward to a very long relationship with all of you. Know that we are excited about this. You have no idea how we text each other and say how excited we are. We're excited for us
Yes.
and we're excited for you because we know there is so many of us out there who are going through the same thing. And so we want you to join us on a weekly basis. And our goal is to, throughout different weeks, days, times, to go live so that you can see us and talk to us live. So
Yes.
until then, be blessed. Evening, and we will chat with all of you soon. and be sassy.
Be sassy.
Be sassy. Bye-bye.
Bye.